Overnight, we are hearing that this is the beginnings of war, what is unfolding. And I verified the videos, the footage, the pictures. They are from last night, what is unfolding. Take a look at this bomb that exploded. Absolutely incredible, you guys. And what we're hearing is that, like I said, vows coming from both sides, vows of retaliation. Take a look at this. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for Israel said, in recent days, we've dealt Hezbollah blows they've never could have imagined. And they're talking about the pager attacks, the devices exploding, and what unfolded, the video footage I just shared. If they haven't understood the message yet, I guarantee you they will very soon, and we're hearing that things are going to be escalating. Take a look at this. Articles coming out saying Benjamin Netanyahu warning Hezbollah, if they haven't understood the message, they will. Now, this comes as the United States, as I shared with you, has been very hopeful that we will be able to de-escalate, come to a diplomatic solution, but now they're saying they just hope that Israel strikes Hezbollah so hard it will force them into a deal. As I'm going to be sharing with you the live feeds coming out that Hezbollah hit back last night as well, though. I shared with you maybe that they would surrender, but we're hearing no. We're just escalating. And what we're hearing is from both sides, it is about to intensify. They are saying this is just the beginning of war that is about to unfold. Hezbollah hits back with more than 100 rockets across a wider, deeper area of Israel. We're hearing some of those did hit last night in Haifa. Dozens of rockets fired on Israel from Lebanon. You can see the devastation that unfolded in Israel as well, as Hezbollah hit back at Israel last night. And also, we're receiving this now. I want to let you know that the footage coming out on this is not accurate. So this has been circulating around social media. They are saying that Hezbollah has put up the red flag throughout Lebanon, which means that they have declared full war against Israel. Now, I just want to let you know there's footage circulating around of them raising the red flag. This footage is old footage from at least a year ago. Now, have they raised the red flag? Maybe they have, saying that there's going to be retribution for what has unfolded. But the footage that I'm finding that's circulating right now is old footage. So I'm not going to put that up. And I have not verified this. This is circulating around. I just want to let you know that this is what's going around. I've seen it, but I cannot verify that it is accurate. I want to make sure that you guys get accurate information here on the channel. So this one, maybe they have done it, maybe they haven't. Maybe you can research, let me know. But we are hearing that Hezbollah, though, is attacking, and they're saying that they are going to be pushing forward. Now, regarding the red flag, have not confirmed it. Now, take a look at this. Israel also pushes forward raids and shuts down Al Jazeera's bureau in Ramallah in the West Bank. Israel taking over that news station, saying that they are spreading false information, propaganda, going in, taking over. And like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you the live updates that are pouring in right now as we're hearing both sides vowing retaliation, saying that essentially war is here, you guys. Neither side backing down. Israel letting them know you are going to be receiving the message. We're hearing Hezbollah is saying there will be revenge. United States hoping that they would back off and that there would not be this unfolding, but it looks like this is the direction that we are going. I'm going to be sharing with you the live updates. Hezbollah retaliates with missile strikes against Israel. And again, you guys, this is all of the live news that is coming out. I'm going to be sharing with you the latest so that way you can see it for yourself. Now, do me a favor. If you can hear me and see me okay, please let me know in the comments. Put a 5x5. I've just been kind of sharing with you the latest headlines, but I want to make sure that this is getting across okay and you can hear me and see me. So let me know in the comments if you can. So that way, as I share this info, I know that I'm not just talking to myself here on the live stream. Also, in addition to that, do me a favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget to take a quick second. Hit that like button for me. Helps spread this out further so more people can get the latest information. In addition to that, if this is your first time here getting the latest updates, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell. I will keep you up to speed on everything. And all of these updates that are coming out, we're hearing that this is coming out from overnight. So overnight, all of this stuff has been unfolding. We are seeing these attacks, these vows of retaliation, and things escalating in the Middle East. So let me go ahead and share with you the latest on this. I see people putting the 5x5s in, saying they can hear me, they can see me, that it is good. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I wasn't really sure. I know that there's a slight delay in the stream, so the comments come in a little bit after as I am presenting. So yeah, let's go ahead though and dive right in. Do me a favor, hit that like button again if you haven't done so yet this Sunday morning, September the 22nd, as we're getting more updates of what is unfolding in the Middle East right now. Now, like I said, if you haven't seen the footage of this detonation, absolutely incredible. We confirm that this is unfolding in Lebanon. This is Israel striking. You can see the sound wave hit, and then you can see the explosion unfold. Israel hitting unlike anything we've ever seen before. Benjamin Netanyahu vowing retaliation. This article says Netanyahu warns Hezbollah, if it hasn't understood the message, that it will. Now, in short, Israel-Lebanon exchange heavy fire, intense bombardment. Israel military strikes 290 Hezbollah targets. Israel airstrike ends the lives of 37, including Hezbollah leaders. We're hearing that the various leaders of Hezbollah are being wiped out one after the other. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday said that Tel Aviv has, in recent days, hit armed grouped Hezbollah in Lebanon in ways that it could never imagine. If Hezbollah has not understood the message, I promise you it will understand the message, Reuters quoted Netanyahu as saying. His statement comes as Israel mounted its attacks on the Iran-backed Hezbollah targets in Lebanon, with Israeli warplanes carrying out the most intense bombardment in almost a year of war across Lebanon's south. Hezbollah also counteracted and claimed rocket attacks on military targets in the Israeli north. Now, the Israeli military said that it struck around 290 targets on Saturday, including thousands of Hezbollah rocket launchers, barrels, and said that it would continue to strike targets of the Iran-backed movement. Earlier on Friday, Israeli airstrikes ended the lives of 37 people in the suburbs of the Lebanese capital Beirut, including Hezbollah commanders. Hezbollah said 16 members, including senior leaders Abraham Akil and another commander, Ahmed Wahabi, were among those that lost their lives in the deadliest strike in nearly a year of conflict with Israel. Tensions escalated earlier this week after pagers and walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah members exploded, for which the armed group blamed Israel. Now, the loss of life in those attacks, widely believed to have been carried out by Israel, has risen to 39, with more than 3,000 injured. Israel has neither confirmed nor denied their involvement in those attacks. Now, like I said last night when I was sharing with you, things were escalating, that we were hearing that essentially war was going to be starting. Now we're hearing vows of retaliation this morning. So after last night, things only intensifying. The United States' stance on all of this was, we still believe there could be a diplomatic solution. They've been saying this over and over. Well, that tune slightly changed yesterday, as I shared with you. They said to the United States individuals or anybody in the area, and we're hearing other nations say this, get out now. Evacuate the Middle East. The conflict is intensifying, and they believe war is upon us. The U.S. fears war in Lebanon, but they hope that Israel now, this is their primary hope now, that diplomatic solutions likely are not going to be taking place. The hope is that Israel will attack and hit Hezbollah so hard that Hezbollah will have no other choice but to simply say, we cannot go any further with this war. We need to come to some sort of an agreement. So right now, that is where the United States currently stands. Now, to get more details on this specific article, be sure to check out the live stream that I did last night. I covered all the details for you, but we're hearing that the defense secretary, these others that have been saying they believe that there could be a diplomatic solution, are saying, get out of the area. We now believe war is upon us, and we're still waiting for that official announcement. Now, I believe it's like 4 p.m. over in Israel right now. Here in the United States, in Houston, Texas, Central Standard Time, it's currently like 9:45 a.m. In the morning. But at noon, Israeli time, Sunday today, there was an announcement coming out from Benjamin Netanyahu. A lot of people speculated it was going to be the official announcement of war, a declaration of war coming out. But it turned out that it wasn't. It was just Netanyahu letting them know, sending that message, vowing retaliation, and saying if they have not gotten the message yet, they will. So Israel letting them know it is going to be ramping up, but we are still short of an all-out declaration of war. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this article coming out from the Associated Press. Hezbollah hits back with more than 100 rockets across a wider, deeper area of Israel. So last night, it was not just Israel hitting Hezbollah. Hezbollah hit back on Israel as well, and you can see the date on this, September 22nd. So this is news just coming out this morning. As it says, Hezbollah's deputy leader, Naim Qassem, said Sunday today that his group is now in an open-ended battle with Israel, and he threatened more displacement of people in Israel's north. We admit that we are pained. We are humans. But as we are pained, you will also be pained, Qassem said at the funeral of top Hezbollah commander Ibrahim Akil. Your economy will be destroyed and you will not achieve your goals, he said to Israel. Now, Qassem added that Hezbollah, which has lost a group of senior military leaders in recent months, has returned stronger, and in the front lines, they will witness this, he said. He said the barrage of 100 rockets fired by the group deep into Israel earlier Sunday was only the beginning. So they're saying the strikes hitting back, this is just the beginning. This is a breaking news update by the Associated Press. More stories will follow. It says Hezbollah launched more than 100 rockets earlier Sunday across the wider and deeper areas of northern Israel, with some landing near cities of Haif, as Israel launched hundreds on strikes on Lebanon. The sides appeared to be spiraling towards all-out war following months of escalating tensions. The rockets barrage overnight was in a response to Israeli attacks in Lebanon that have ended the lives of dozens, including veteran Hezbollah commanders, and an unprecedented attack targeting the group's communication devices. Air raid sirens echoed across northern Israel, sending hundreds of thousands of people scrambling into shelters. One rocket struck near a resident building in Kairit, a city near Haifa, wounding at least 3 people and setting buildings and cars on fire. Israel's Magen David Adom Rescue Service said 4 people were wounded by shrapnel in the barrage. Avi Vazana raced to a shelter with his wife and 9-month-old baby before he heard the boom of the rocket hitting the city. Then he went back outside to see if anyone was hurt. I ran without shoes, without a shirt, only with pants. I ran to this house when everything was still on fire to try to find if there were any other people inside. Lebanon's health ministry said that the 3 people that lost their lives, another 4th was wounded in Israeli strikes near the border, without saying whether they were civilians or combatants. And we're hearing that Hezbollah is responding with these attacks overnight. Things are intensifying, and like I said, there is just vows of retaliation. Here's another article coming out with more updates from this morning. This actually came out in the middle of the night from the Associated Press. Dozens of rockets fired into Israel. Lebanon IDF says over 100 rockets were fired into Israel from Lebanon early Sunday. So this is breaking news coming out overnight, with some landing near the northern city of Haifa, as Israel and Hezbollah militant groups appear to be spiraling towards all-out war following months of escalating tensions. The rockets streaked over a wider and deeper area of northern Israel than previous volleys and set off air raid sirens across the region. The Israeli military said rockets had been fired towards civilian areas, pointing to a possible escalation after previous barrages had mainly aimed at military targets. And this is what we had heard before when Israel struck them. I believe it was Friday or Saturday, literally moments prior to Lebanon launching those rockets. The Hezbollah group, they said that they were pointing them towards hospitals, schools, suburbs, Lebanon really wanting to strike and hit civilian areas. And people were asking the question, was it Israeli intelligence or was it God? Because they intervened and literally struck them while barrels were loaded moments before they were preparing to strike Israel, Israel hitting each and every single one. Israel's Magen David Adom Rescue Service said that it treated 4 people with shrapnel wounds, including 76-year-old who was moderately wounded near Haifa, where buildings were damaged and cars were set on fire. It was not immediately clear if the damage was caused by the rockets or an Israeli interceptor. So this is more information about the attacks that unfolded last night. You can see the photos of what is going on here. Israeli Iron Dome air defense system fires and intercepts rockets that were launched from Lebanon. So a lot of those were blocked by the Iron Dome. However, the Iron Dome, the way it operates is if they anticipate that the missiles coming through are going to be striking areas of importance where there's people or civilians or buildings, it'll strike. But if not, it just lets them go out into fields, potentially just a waste of a missile. So the Iron Dome only operates where they feel like it is necessary. And like I said, Hezbollah retaliating, vowing retaliation. It's circulating right now that there is the red flag of revenge that is currently being hung by Lebanon. Now, I couldn't verify if this was accurate. There's video footage circulating around. That video footage, like I said, is old footage. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. But let me go ahead and share with you, though, what is coming out right now, as well as we're hearing that Israel raids and shuts down Al Jazeera's bureau of Ramallah in the West Bank. So Israel coming out and shutting this down, saying, no, we're not going to allow you to go ahead and just spread propaganda and misinformation. They're taking control and shutting them down. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got about 800 people on with me live. Take a second, hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Helps spread this out further as we're getting this news coming in overnight of the updates of what is unfolding, because it is intensifying. And as always, all these articles, I cite all the sources, are linked in the description below for you, so you can check them out for yourself. This one coming out from the Associated Press: Israel raids and shuts down Al Jazeera's bureau in Ramallah in the West Bank. Now, and you can see here the photos of them actually taking over the network and their offices. United Arab Emirates: Israeli troops raided the offices of a satellite news network, Al Jazeera, in the Israeli-occupied West Bank early Sunday, ordering the bureau to shut down amid widening campaigns by Israel targeting the Qatar-funded broadcasters as it covers the Israel-Hamas war in the Gaza Strip. Al Jazeera aired footage of Israeli troops live on its Arabic language channel, ordering the office to be shut down for 45 days. It follows an order issued in May that saw Israeli police raid Al Jazeera's broadcast position in eastern Jerusalem, seizing equipment there, preventing its broadcast in Israel, and blocking its website. The move marked the first time that Israel has ever shuttered a foreign news outlet operating in the country. However, Al Jazeera has continued operating in the Israeli-occupied West Bank and in the Gaza Strip territories that the Palestinians hope to have for their future state. Israel acknowledges the raid on Al Jazeera. Israeli military acknowledges conducting the raid 12 hours later, alleging without providing evidence that the newsroom was, quote, being used to incite terror, to support terrorist activities, and that the channel broadcast endangers the security and public order. So this is why they're coming in. They're saying they're taking over. They're shutting them down. Al Jazeera denounced Israel's unfounded accusations as it continued broadcasting live from Amman, Jordan, even as Israeli troops welded shut its office doors in Ramallah and confiscated its equipment. Al Jazeera will not be intimidated or deterred by the efforts to silence its coverage, it said. Armed Israeli troops entered the office and told reporters live on air that it would be shut down, saying that staff needed to leave immediately. The network later aired what appeared to be Israeli troops tearing down a banner on a balcony used by Al Jazeera's office. Al Jazeera said that it bore an image of Shireen Abu Akel, the Palestinian-American journalist who lost his life in Israeli forces back in May of 2022. Al Jazeera's local bureau chief, Walid al-Amari, later told the Associated Press that the Israeli military cited laws dating back to the British mandate of the Palestinians to support its closure order. The Palestinians secured limited self-rule in Gaza and parts of the occupied West Bank through the 1993 Oslo Agreement, while Israel occupies and controls vast areas of the West Bank. Ramallah is under full Palestinian political and security control, making the Israeli raid on Al Jazeera's office that much more surprising. So Israel coming in and saying, we are shutting this down. And you guys, let's take a look at the live feeds right now as well, so you can see what is going on here. And this updated 40 minutes ago as Hezbollah has retaliated, and Israel also saying that there will be revenge. We are hearing vows of retaliation, and they are saying this is just the beginnings. And the United States acknowledging it doesn't look like there's going to be a diplomatic solution unless that Hezbollah has just said they have had enough. And you can see the footage of what has unfolded overnight. Absolutely incredible. That is a photo in Israel. Now, here's the latest developments. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appeared to suggest on Sunday today that Israel would not ease up on attacking Hezbollah, saying his country would take, quote, whatever actions is necessary to diminish the threat posed by the Lebanese militia, despite fears that the escalating violence between the two has put the region on a wider brink of wider catastrophe. Now, his comments came hours after Hezbollah launched more than 100 rockets, missiles, and drones at Israeli territory in a large-scale response to a wave of deadly attacks against the group in Lebanon, exploding pagers and walkie-talkies, along with airstrikes against senior commanders. Mr. Netanyahu seemed to refer to those attacks against Hezbollah opaquely in saying on Sunday that Israel had dealt the groups, quote, a series of blows that it hadn't anticipated. If Hezbollah didn't understand the message, I promise you that it will understand the message, he said in a recorded statement, adding that Israel was determined to return displaced Israelis to their homes in the north. His statement did not address Hezbollah's overnight attack, which set off air raid sirens in scores of towns in northern Israel. Hezbollah said that it had targeted Israeli military bases, including one near Haifa on the coast. While Hezbollah barrage appeared to be aimed into the deepest parts of Israeli territories since it started firing into Israel on October 8th, Israeli military said most of the missiles were intercepted by air defenses. But a town north of Haifa suffered a direct hit, and officials tightened restrictions on public gatherings in the area, including the Golan Heights and Galilee. The aerial assault seemed to be carefully calibrated by Hezbollah, a show of force near one of Israel's biggest cities, but one that avoided directly striking a major city like Tel Aviv, which could draw a harsher response from Israel. The situation was also tense in Lebanon, where the pagers and walkie-talkies exploded, widely attributed to Israel, and an Israeli airstrike overwhelmed hospitals and put the nation on edge. The attacks ended the lives of dozens of people, including some of Hezbollah's top commanders, and injured thousands. They also fueled fears that Israel's military was shifting its focus away from Hamas and Gaza towards Hezbollah. Now, here's what we know so far. Another front on Sunday today, the Israeli military said that it had intercepted fire that came from the directions of Iraq, where another Iraq-backed group claimed to have fired drones at Israel. Friday attack, Lebanese authorities said that the toll has risen to at least 45, including women and children, in the Israeli airstrike on Friday in Beirut. Hezbollah confirmed the loss of life of top commander Abraham Akil, who was wanted by the United States for his role in the 1983 bombing attack in Beirut that ended the lives of more than 350 people. The Palestinian Civil Defense said on Sunday that 7 people lost their lives and several others were wounded in an Israeli strike on school buildings that was housing displaced people in Gaza City. Israeli military said in a statement that it carried out a precise strike on Hamas militants who were operating from the school-turned-shelter and had taken numerous steps to mitigate civilian harm. Now, on the West Bank, the Israeli military raided the office of Al Jazeera in the Israeli-occupied West Bank on Sunday today and ordered its closure for 45 days, the latest move in Israel's efforts to clamp down on the channel. Now, also, Hezbollah deputies leader Naim Qassam has said that what happened last night, this is just the beginning, referring to the barrage of rockets, missiles, and drones that Hezbollah launched, and warned that the conflict with Israel was entering a new stage. And like I said, a lot of people saying we are about to enter into all-out war. If you believe we're about to enter into all-out war, put a 1 in the comments. If you think no, we're going to be able to avoid it, put a 2 and be curious to see what people think. Hezbollah will fight them from where they expect and from where they do not expect, he told thousands of people gathered in southern Beirut from the funeral of Abraham Akil, a Hezbollah commander who lost his life on Friday in the Israeli strike. Now, 1 hour ago, the White House is watching the attacks, the missile strikes across the Israeli-Lebanon border with great concern, and has told Israeli officials that escalating this military conflict is not, quote, in their best interest. This is from John Kirby, President Biden's national security spokesperson, as he told ABC this week. Kirby insisted that Biden is still committed to a diplomatic solution in the region, even as he concedes the situation is worsening. We all, of course, recognize the tensions that are much higher now than they were even just a few days ago, he said, adding, we want to make sure that we can continue to do everything that we can to try to prevent this from becoming an all-out war. There with Hezbollah across the Lebanese border. And here, 2 hours ago, video footage showing the moment that a Hezbollah missile hit a residential area in northern Israel. You can see the explosions that are unfolding. Missiles fired by Hezbollah slammed into residential neighborhoods in the Israeli town on Sunday morning, setting cars and buildings aflame and blowing out windows of nearby apartments. Numerous videos verified, the New York Times shows. Now, the missile was a part of a large overnight barrage that Israeli military said included around 150 rockets, cruise missiles, and drones. Air defense intercepted most of them, according to the military, but we did see direct hits suffered. So things are intensifying. 4 hours ago, in a recorded statement, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel has dealt Hezbollah a series of blows that the group hadn't anticipated. If Hezbollah didn't understand the message, I promise you it will understand the message now. And again, you guys, that was at noon in Israel on Sunday. We're still not there yet here in the United States. And a lot of people were anticipating that Benjamin Netanyahu was going to be making an all-out declaration of war, but it was just warning them that things are escalating and that if they have not yet got the message, that they're going to be getting it here very soon. So things are intensifying. We will see what unfolds, you guys. Do me a favor, if you appreciate the updates, take a second, hit the like button. I see we've got 1,249 people with me live. If we could get those likes up, that would be awesome. Just help spread this out further so more people can get the latest updates if you appreciate it. Also, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. I'll keep you up to speed on everything. It's totally free. Why not just take a second, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bells. Make sure you're staying subscribed. A lot of people letting me know that they're being unsubscribed from the channel. We are not really sure what is going on, why that's happening, but I'm going to make sure that you guys have the latest information. And also, all the articles that I reference, I cite them like a book report in the description, so that way you can see them for yourself. Know that this is the latest information, and all of these updates, you guys, coming out overnight. So not even in the last 24 hours, everything that we are sharing with you, the footage, the attacks, what's unfolding, this all has just been happening today, September the 22nd, 2024. It actually happened earlier in Israel. As you know, they're on the other side of the world. I think they're already in the afternoon going into the evening. Here we are just in the morning. So I will continue to keep you guys up to date on everything, though, so you know exactly what is taking place. And you guys can be up to speed as this is unfolding. We are hearing that we are going into a war, a conflict, a wider regional escalation in the Middle East. The United States has been pushing for diplomacy, saying that they're very confident that we're going to come to an agreement. It looks like we are nowhere near that. If anything, we are getting further away. And like I said yesterday, the United States coming out and saying, if you are in the area, get out now. We anticipate all-out war and escalation to the point that we have not seen. And you saw, they said that that was one of the largest bombs or missiles that Israel dropped on Lebanon. You could see the wave that came out. If you missed it, I'll play it for you once again really quick here, so that way you can see that explosion. At first, I wasn't sure if it was actual footage, but now it's been confirmed that it is. Take a look at this. You can see the sound wave after it hits. So this is the end of the video. It's going to restart here right now. There we go. So you can see it strikes. There's the sound wave as it hits, rattles and shakes everything. And then you can see the cloud, the plume of fire coming out after it struck. Now, a lot of people are asking, what is this? I haven't been able to confirm exactly what it is. People are asking, is this some sort of tactical nuclear weapon? And just to clarify, there's a big difference between a tactical and a strategic weapon. Actually, somebody commented on that on my Instagram, and then they deleted it after they began to realize that this could be a smaller tactical weapon. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I think if it was, we would have seen that all over the news reports. I think it was just a missile that they're saying might have hit a facility that had weapons in it and caused a massive explosion. I'm not sure, but absolutely incredible what's been coming out in just the last 24 hours. And like I said, Benjamin Netanyahu coming out and saying, we have dealt Hezbollah an incredible blow, the one that they have never imagined. And if they haven't understood the message yet, I guarantee they will soon. So he's saying this is just the beginning, that there is more to come if Hezbollah does not stop what they're doing. But you guys, like I said, Hezbollah saying that they're vowing retaliation, and they're not going to be slowing down, things only intensifying as things are progressing. So we will see. I will keep you up to date on everything. And like I said, I'll cite all the sources, make sure you know exactly what's going on. So do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. 11 more likes, we'll have 500 while we are live here in the room. I see somebody saying the shockwave travels way ahead. Yeah, absolutely incredible to see that explosion, to see what unfolded. And they're saying that this is just the beginnings. There is more to come. So regardless, though, of what unfolds, you guys, I will keep you up to speed on everything so you know exactly what is taking place. And like I always say here on the channel, don't be scared, be prepared. Make sure that you're just aware of everything. We don't want to hide our heads in the sand and pretend like nothing's going on. We want to know exactly what is taking place, but we're not going to be frightened. We're going to be ready and aware, and I will keep you up to speed on everything. So that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless.